Morning guys. Last Thursday I did a gin glass with a wooden stem. Had quite a few comments about the photo on Facebook pages, and I did say that hopefully at some point this weekend I'll go through the process of how I actually did it. So that's what I'm going to do today. Just give us a chance to get the camera set up and then we'll carry on and I'll show you how I did it. So what I've got here is basically a fairly cheap gin glass that you can get just about anywhere. This one, I'm in the UK, this one's from Matalan, £2 a piece. I know in the States you can buy different stemware from the likes of Craft Supplies USA, but I don't see the point in forking out a hell of a lot of money when you can just buy the glass and cut the stem off. So what I'm going to be using, my Dremel with a cut off disc, and I'm going to be cutting off around about inch and a half from the bowl itself. Now that's all it takes. Once you start going in with the Dremel and the cut off disc, it only takes a couple of seconds before the stem will actually snap. So that's it, snapped. I'll just measure that, and we've got just over 1.25 inches. So I think this will be right. We've got just under 11mm there. So what I'll do, I've already got the blank mounted. I'll just adjust the camera again. I'll first off drill a 10mm hole because I've got a decent drill, and then I'll just widen it out to 11mm before we start cleaning the inside out. So what I'm using today is a piece of walnut. We've got the sapwood here, we've got a bit of hardwood here. The heart basically tapers across like that, so I want to try and include heart all the way down. So I've put the smallest bit of heart basically where the base is, so I can hopefully still get a lot of it in there. I've got the lathe running at around about 600. I'll just get it marked up. We'll go for just under 1.5 inches. Now that was 10mm with a brad point bit. Now I'm just going to do 11mm. I don't have a brad point bit which is 11mm. This is basically a metal drill. And sometimes when you initially start with these, they can go off centre a wee bit. So we'll just widen this out just a bit. That's it, widened out. Now you're better off actually fitting this constantly as you're cleaning the inside out. There's a number of ways you can clean the inside out. As you see on the glass, it's got quite a bit of taper on there, so we're actually coming out to around about that's just over 20 mil. So there's a fair bit to get cleaned out there. And like I say, there are a number of ways you can do that. I've got the Hope small hollowing tool that I actually use. It'll just go in there and no more. Also use a detail spindle gouge or a swept back ball gouge. We'll give a number of these a go and see how we get on. I'm going to turn the speed up. So keep on testing the glass to see how we're getting on. I want to get the glass, or the bowl of the glass, as close as possible to the stem. That's looking good. Right, that's that part done. Now the rest of this is basically spindle turning. The blank I cut is around about 5 inches long. It's about 3 inches in diameter, about 5 inches long. I'm going to make the stem around about 4 inches just to keep it in proportion. The other thing to remember when you're doing the wooden stems, obviously they're going to be thicker than the glass one you took off. So again, you've got to think about proportion when you're doing that as well. Sorry about that, the top of my tool rest isn't tightened up properly. That's going to be the base. as you saw, the drill bit I used was 11mm. So I reckon if I get the thinnest section around about 13mm, then hopefully it'll still look in proportion. We've got a bit of tear out on here. Let's clean that up. And a bit on the base. Right, slot the glass in just to see how it looks. And I think that looks not too bad. So I'll get this standard down to around about 400. Now, because this has got some nice hardwood in there, I'm not going to use colour on this one. I'm just going to leave it natural. And that's taken down to 240. What I'll do now, I'll put some sand and sealer on there, and then I'll probably use some Yorkshire grit to try and get it finer. As you can see, once the sand and sealer goes on, it really brings out that grain. Just knock that back a wee bit. Put on some Yorkshire grit. Now, for those of you who don't know what this is, it's basically a sand and paste. It's got different oils and waxes in there, and also some pumice as well, which as you go through the process breaks down and breaks down and breaks down and basically becomes finer and finer and finer. So you get this rubbed in really well. And then just keep on using a clean piece of paper towel to take all of the residue off. And I'm just going to finish it off with some Hampshire Sheen High Gloss. And again, for those of you who don't know what this is, it's a product that's basically handmade here in the UK by a guy called Martin Sabin Smith, who's based in Hampshire. He does a whole range of different products, which you can find on his website. And get that rubbed in. You don't have to use just one coat of the Hampshire Sheen, you can actually build it up and build it up. Right, what I'm going to do now is just part it off. I'll just use the skew chisel just to take off the dimple at the bottom. Now what I will do at some point is put a sanding pad into a drill chuck and get the bottom finished off as well. Basically today I'm just showing you the process that I go through. I use a 2-part epoxy, obviously in the stem there, to put the glass into, which is fairly quick drying, but like I say, what I'm doing at the moment is just showing you the process. So that's basically the glass finished. I will take a photograph and put that on to Facebook. I'll put a link to my channel for the video. If you've enjoyed this video, please like, please share, and if you haven't already, please subscribe, and I'll see you soon.